were there any sales people, or was there any concern that this would disrupt the sales force or replace them, or were they excited about it to begin with? There's a hypothesis that certain sales teams are concerned about e-commerce, and what does that mean for our jobs, and how do we, or are we going to upset our sales force in such a way that we'll experience some earnings disruption because of this?
Right. Well, the sales force, first of all, let's look at how we couch this. The 65 folks, even if you have a big online presence and there's still going to need to be a high touch presence, you're still going to need probably around that order of magnitude, maybe a few less, at least 50. But we're, no matter what, not everything's going to be replaced by e-commerce. So the proposal to our sales force was, you get credit for every sale made in your territory, whether it's from the e-commerce side or not. Your job basically is both sales and marketing to get the buzz for people to go there, and that's the way it's going to be for at least the next few years. So the sales force went, well, let's take a wait and see attitude. This is going to take a while for us to gen up. It could gen up, and we have tons more sales, and I get credit for them all. My commissions are going to be really high. This could just be a flop, and my job's the same. Okay, that's fine too. Or number 3, okay, this could generate a lot of sales, and I get a lot more commissions. But after about 5 years, I realized, I can do all this without us, and they'll let us go. So they knew there was a downside, and they knew there was a potential upside. So they were optimistically nervous.
Got it. Now, what about the hybrid solution fell short? Every solution has strengths and weaknesses. Nothing's perfect. What are the compromises you guys made? And if, were any of those compromises related to the CPQ functionality you were looking for?
Once again, it was their CPQ functionality was more of it was one step better, or maybe 2 steps better than. It was very flexible than almost programming it from scratch. So it wasn't structured enough that say, I want to make this a required drill down, and maybe these options will hang off the end, and it's very, very easy to program. That if it got not extremely, but even just slightly complex, which I would assume would be a normal part of a regular CPQ solution, in adding facets or options or things like that, you had to build it up from the base level. Once again, it just didn't have all the structure I would have liked with it out of the box. And then secondly, I knew the second thing coming on, and I don't know if any solution would have been. I don't think we could have even had it better. We had our back office, and we had what we were going to do for e-commerce, and the CPQ was separated from that. You still have a lot to do with the integration and how you're messaging back and forth, and how you're communicating back and forth, what you can do back and forth. It wasn't easy with Hybris. I can't picture it being easy with anybody else either, though. But I do picture that a naive group would say, well, I'm going to do the same company, so therefore it's going to be easy. So in our case, it was difficult, but it was expected.
What would you say Hybris did right during the sales process, while they were selling to you? What are the things that they did? How was the sales process? And
the 2 things. They showed flexibility, and extra bells and whistles without losing their focus. And so when you start to talk to the sales and marketing folks are all watching this, and you're talking. And I've actually forgotten all the different sales things you can do in the sales world, But when you talk about omni-channel, marketing and sales, and how you can connect all that together, and all the different things you can do. They were very, very good at saying, well, in your phase 3, 4, or 5, whatever, or if your client ever comes back